Hello, and welcome back to Library Time with Miss Kinsley. Today, I'm going to read a story to you about a boy who makes a meal with his friends with the help of his dad, and this meal comes from South Asia. So, we're going to read the story together, and then I will have a question for you at the end. So, the title of our story is Bilal Cooks Daal. So there's our main character, Bilal, and it is written by Asia Saeed. So Asia wrote the words, and illustrated by Anusha Syed, and Anusha drew the pictures. All right, let's start. Like even before we start, there's a fun picture in the beginning with all the different things that they'll need to make the meal. Bilal cooks daal. Bilal is biking outside with his friends when his father steps out of the house. Bilal, it's time to begin cooking dinner, says Abu. Bilal's friends ask why they would need to start cooking so soon. This dish takes patience, Abu says. This dish takes time. It's the best meal of all, says Bilal. It's daal. What's daal like? Is it salty? Does it taste really good? Has anyone heard of daal before? If you have, raise your hand. I have not heard of daal until reading the story, so it's a new food for me. So Bilal's going to explain. Daal is nutty and creamy and warm like soup. There are all different kinds. Come see. You can help us pick which one. They take off their shoes. They wash their hands. Bilal grabs his favorite stool. They study the colors. Yellow, orange, green, brown. Yellow, Elias says, because yellow is sunflowers, rubber ducks, and the sun. And chana dal is my favorite, Bilal says. So that's the one they pick. Which one would you pick on this page? I might pick the orange. When Abu scoops out a cup of the bright yellow daal, it clatters into the bowl. They're small like pebbles, but shaped like pancakes. And they slip through Bilal's fingers like sand. They line up the spices. Bilal breathes in the scent of turmeric, chili, and cumin. Morgan sprinkles salt. Elias tries to help. Bilal combines the spices. Abu pulls out a pot, the biggest they have. Have you heard of those spices? Turmeric, chili, and cumin? Do you have them in your kitchen? Maybe you can look when we're done reading. It looks funny, Morgan frowns. It smells funny, whispers Elias. Do you think it will taste okay? So look at Bilal's face. And suddenly, Bilal is a little tiny bit worried that maybe, just maybe, his friends won't like daal at all. So I want you to look at his face here. Do you think he's a little sad, or did his friends hurt his feelings a little bit? Yeah, we'll see what they think as they continue to cook. Is it ready? Asks Elias. Can we taste? Asks Morgan. No, Abu explains, daal takes time. We have to wait. The flavors mix together slowly. You kids go play and have fun while it cooks. They run outside to play hopscotch. Elias numbers the sidewalk to 20. Let's make it longer to 100, he says. It'll definitely be done by then. So they hop, skip, and jump to the end. Caleb and Emma join too. Let's check if it's ready. Let's go take a bite. Do you think it's done? Let's see. Not yet, Bilal tells them. Daal takes time. We have to wait. They put on swimsuits, slip down the slide, and cannonball into Morgan's pool. Elias floats, Morgan dives. Some more neighborhood kids join them, and they all play Marco Polo. That's a fun game. Is the daal done? Asks Morgan. It's got to be ready by now. Do you think it's done? Let's see. Splash. Bilal squints at the sun. It's not as high in the sky. Almost, he tells him. Daal takes time. We have to wait. They hike through the forest and skip pebbles in the stream. The sun starts to set. As they watch fireflies glow, they hear Abu call out, Bilal, it's almost time. They march up the cobblestone steps. They knock on the yellow door, and as loud as they can, they ask, Is it done? Can you ask that with them? Is it done? Come see, Abu smiles and opens the door wider. The kids rush in. I think they're pretty excited. Bilal lifts up the lid. He peeks in the pot. Abu says, ready for the final steps. They dice up the onions, chop ginger, press garlic, squeeze lemons, and top it off with fresh cilantro. So I want you to look at his dad. There's something on his face. It looks like tears. So my question is his dad sad? Is he upset? I don't think so. So if you look at what he's cooking or what he's chopping, it's an onion. And if you've ever sliced an onion before, or been around someone who is slicing an onion, it can make your eyes water. Not because you're sad, but because it's just the way the food is. It just makes your eyes water when you cut it. Bilal puts out plates. Abu sets out the naan. The kids pull up every chair in the house. So I think they look a little bit more excited now than what they did in the beginning. Bilal watches his friends take a spoonful of daal. It's steamy, says Morgan. Like soup, says Elias. Yum, she says. It tastes garlicky and salty and sweet. I like the onions. I like the lemon. Slurp. And the way it's so creamy, it melts in your mouth. Daal takes time. We had to wait, but Bilal, you were right. Daal tastes great. So yeah, they all enjoy it. Bilal looks at his dad and smiles. Abu winks. Tasty, isn't it? He says. Like my Ami once made. My friends and I helped her once. Like you. Daal is tiny. Daal is tough. But with a little time and a lot of patience, it becomes the softest, tastiest, best thing in the whole wide world. And the best part is sharing it with friends. That's why Bilal loves daal so much. So I'm going to read the author's note to you. So sometimes the author might have some information to share with us at the end of the page. So at the end of the book. So let me read to you. Daal is a staple food. That means it's an important food in much of South Asia, including in Pakistan, where Bilal's parents grew up. Daal, also known as lentils in English, is the name of a thick vegetarian stew full of healthy protein and vitamins. There are many different types of daals, each with their own color, shape, and flavor. Some cook quickly, and some can take all day to make just right. People eat daal with rice, bread, and sometimes just with a spoon. And here, the author also included a recipe to make daal. So this is a new book that we have in our library. So you are welcome to check this book out. And you could even try cooking the recipe at home. So before we leave, I have two things. My question to you is, have you tried food that is maybe from another country? So we said daal is from Asia. So have you tried food that is from another country? And you could ask your family if you're not sure if you have or not. If so, what was the food and did you like it? So tell me about it. And if you haven't tried food from another country, you could tell me what your favorite meal is right now. So you can include a picture, write a sentence. Okay? The last thing before we end our time together, please continue to look for any library books at home that you may have not returned yet, since we're all coming in person very soon. We want to make sure that we are returning our books, so we can continue to check out new books. Okay, so if we have a lot of books checked out, then you won't be able to check out any new books until those come back. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed our story, and again, it is available for checkout in our library.